Shalom, shalom, shalom is real. Shalom, first and foremost. We must acknowledge our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, through His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, for allowing this word, allowing this message to come out, man. Today is so-called Sunday. Just now leaving the gym. Had to take some time off, let my body recover. Sometimes, man, when you work out a lot outside of working, you wear your body down. So sometimes what I usually do, take a week off at the gym, get my body refreshed, and it feels pretty good. My first day back, last time I worked out was last Sunday. And so all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for allowing me to take a week rest at the gym, from the gym, and kind of just push the reset button. But brothers and sisters, what I want to speak about is this thing called spiritual respiratory failure. Okay? Spiritual respiratory failure. That's what I want to talk about today. All right? Now, when you think about respiratory failure in the carnal sense, in the fleshly sense, that's somebody that's on their last legs. That's somebody that's in trouble. Okay? That's somebody that's fighting for their life. All right, that's in the flesh. Well, I'm here to tell you also that when it comes to this biblical lifestyle, when it comes to this spiritual lifestyle, you will find yourself dealing with spiritual respiratory failure. Okay, and it's like this, man. Health is wealth physically, and health is wealth spiritually. It's a combination of both. Okay, spiritual respiratory failure, respiratory failure, spiritual respirator failure, spiritual respirator failure. Bear with me, brothers and sisters. It's the same as when a person is on a respirator in ICU. You see it. And my point is this, man. Physical and spiritual health is wealth. And when it comes to spiritual health, you gotta be able to keep yourself in a position where you can fight off all type of spirits. You can fight off demons that may approach you from all different areas of life. If you're not, if you in a spiritual respirator failure state, you can't fight off none of the demons. You cannot fight off none of the evil spirits that may approach you in your everyday walks of life, man. A lot of us take our health for granted. But when I say health is wealth, I'm not, like I said, I'm not only just talking about physical health, I'm talking about spiritual health. In 1 Timothy 4:8, it reads, "For bodily exercise profit little." Give me a second, I'm sorry, y'all. 1 Timothy 4:8, and it reads, "For bodily exercise profit little, but godliness is profitable unto all things, having promise of the life that is now and of that which is to come." Okay? So that's a combination of physical health is wealth and spiritual health as well. So like I said, when you look at life, you got to have a balance. Okay, your mental stability needs to be great, your physical stability needs to be great. That's the balance that you need. That's the balance that you got to have. And 1 Timothy 4 verse 8 is telling you physical training is good, but training for godliness is much better, promising benefits in this life and in the life to come. So the same way you sincere brothers and sisters have the mindset of physically training to get yourself in better health, you got to apply that same energy. You got to apply that same focus spiritually when you're trying to get in the best health to serve Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahushua. That's how this works, man. Because if not, guess what's going to happen? If you find yourself, okay, in the state of spiritual respiratory failure, guess what's going to happen to you? In Romans 1 verse 28 through 32, this is what's going to happen to you if you find yourself dealing with spiritual respiratory failure. In Romans 1 verse 28, it says, and even as they did not like to retain Yahweh in their knowledge, Yahweh gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of Yahweh, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of Yahweh, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. See that? That's what happens, man, when you find yourself in the state of spiritual respiratory failure. When you find yourself in spiritual respiratory failure, dude, you in trouble. And a lot of us out here is walking around in spiritual respiratory failure. And a lot of us are walking around in physical respiratory failure. Literally and metaphorically. So what am I saying, brothers and sisters? We on borrowed time, and we have to be conscious of our health. We have to be conscious of our spiritual health, and we have to be conscious of our physical health. They go hand in hand, okay? Like I said, I just left the gym. Feel great, man. Feel awesome physically. And there's also spiritual benefits when you go to the gym, because you're able to relieve stress. In this life that we live, you're gonna find yourself under stress more times than usual. Yeah, man. I mean, life throws so many different curveballs at you in your regular walks of life. You have to have a sense of stability mentally. You have to have a sense of stability physically. You have to have a sense of stability spiritually. Yes, sir. So, again, man, I hope you sincere brothers and sisters were truly edified by this word. We give all praises, glory, and honor to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, through his only begotten Son, Yahushua, for allowing this word to come out, allowing this message to come out. And hey, listen, man, once again, man, health is wealth, okay? Be very mindful of spiritual respiratory failure. You do not want to find yourself in that state. You don't want to find yourself in that predicament. And as we get ready to close out, let me say it to you this way, right? Let's say you're dealing with respiratory failure. Respiratory failure. I don't know why I keep saying respiratory. Respiratory failure, okay? A lot of times you find yourself in respiratory failure in the physical flesh form. A good example of what will cause you to be in respiratory failure: vaping. Those that like to smoke cigarettes, transitioning over to vaping. Vaping, man, will have you in a state of respiratory failure. Okay? Smoking is not good for you, obviously. It tells you on the pack you're going to get lung cancer if you smoke cigarettes, right? So now you got people who say, well, you know what, I'm going to just vape. That's another form of smoking, but it's even worse because that's going to get you very close to respiratory failure. And there's other forms of things that you can find yourself involved with physically, health-wise, where you'll be in a predicament of respiratory failure. But when you're in respiratory failure, you're in trouble, man. You are in trouble. In the same way you are in trouble with literal, physical, respiratory failure, it's the same thing when you look at it from a spiritual perspective. You do not want to find yourself in today's climate in spiritual respiratory failure. You do not want to do that. I'm telling you, man. Like I told you, in Romans 1:28, the Lord gonna give you over to a reprobate mind. And once the Lord give you over to a reprobate mind, you cooked. You cooked. You cooked. Now let me get this, because I know somebody might want to. Somebody might say, "What is reprobate mind?" Right? So let me just give you this right quick so we can get out of here. Okay. A reprobate mind is you're giving over. Put it like this: when you have a reprobate mind, you are a disobeyer of the spiritual laws of Yahweh through His only begotten Son Yahushua. That's so bad that you feel no remorse in what you're doing. You have misgiving of conscience to the actions that you're doing. So the Lord will put you in a state where he'll have you out here blatantly breaking His laws. He'll have you out here blatantly feeling no remorse for breaking His laws, and then will bust your ass for breaking His laws. That's what a reprobate mind is. And when you in the state of spiritual respiratory failure, that's what's going to happen to you. You cooked. And that's all I got for you, man. I hope you sincere brothers and sisters were edified by this word. And we give all praises, glory, and honor to our Heavenly Father, Yahweh, through His only begotten Son, Yahushua, for allowing this word to come out. And hey, man, keep Yahweh through His only begotten Son, Yahushua, first in everything you do. Stay prayed up. And hey, man, health is wealth. Shalom.